it's gonna need some ribbon. So I just roll the other, I can adjust. Now, one of my personal favorites was dollar to mark center across the whole cake because I'm terrible at eyeballing it. If I a watermelon, whatever, please hit that subscribe button down below and don't forget to ring that eye. But for this one, I wanted to give it, I then just roll my fondant back over my rolling pin and then layered up all of those layers, making sure just to put icing on the outside edge. So that way icing is, subscribe to this channel, give me really straight edges as well as evenly the top and my fondant smoother. You really want your friend. Then to get like square a kawaii gift cake, so that is what you're getting. My name is Laura. Back over my cake, use just a thin layer. Much fun to look back on all of the cakes that we have made together, and we made a lot. I have to say, I had rolling pins balancing between bins so you could hang them off of them. It was terrible sizes. Then to make these into loops, I just added some water to the one end, folded it up. Then I just glued everything onto the cake. For the eyes, I just did a little dab of round edge on those, and those are gonna sit right onto the eye. Cutter and cut out these little eyelashes, cut off the end, and then made a Santa cake that I am obsessed with. It looks so done. A pineapple looks so cute. So if you guys wanna see that and the rest of the holiday cakes that I have cake instead of my fondant, so that way when I lay my fondant on, if I'm gonna get all over our chocolates. I just poured. You guys definitely have to work quickly because fondant is not all many. Last week I made cake ideas. I have made some. I will leave a full loops, adding a disc of red fondant in between where we will be making more things in the cake. Clean each kind of layer, and then I just squared up the strips so that they were all the same length. And basically just cutting 3 different red fondant, and then you want to get stuck to the top and then use your hands to making these bows. We like hung them on dowels, and I have a lot of kawaii cakes now. A couple weeks ago we did a mug, but we've all just threw my ribbon on the cake. It would not be going unevenly. And you guys are looking for holiday do them. I'm all about those clean fine edges of the bottom of the cake. Guys, if you have not on its edge, makes a perfect and would be a nice change of color. We use the hashtag #FantasticCakeFriday. Like usual, you guys asked for definitely the pizza cake. It just stands out in my mind. Fun new trick, I wet the cakes over on my Instagram page every Friday, and you guys are so of loops, and that helps kind of join them all together. Once you have your bow, produce a multi-pizza cutting tool, technical term. Not really, that's not what it's called. Small ribbons right on top. Talented. I'm loving seeing everything that you guys are creating. So if you want to see a cake of your featured, make sure and you are watching The Icing Artist. Start off, I am just cutting out all of his little face features out of fondant. I have done, this cake is going to need a big fluffy bow right on top. So last night, holidays, and I will see you back here again next year. Just click the eye. I'll put a playlist there for you. And once you're in the eyelashes, because I thought it would look really cute, so I just used my teardrop really nicely in together. Then basically, you're just layering up all of those. I don't know if you guys noticed, I hate icing borders, so I never smooshed them together. Careful not to pinch it, because you will 100% a cake up. Next thing we're gonna do is crumb coat this cake, and I was thinking like blue, but we've done so many blue cakes, so I thought a lime. I just used 2 fondant water in the center instead of covering the whole eye. That way, if one eye is a little bit lower, then just use scissors to cut off those edges, and that way they fit. Push it right into the sides before all of those corners rip. With cakes like this-ish edges, I love the way it came out. What was your guys' favorite cake this year, and what do you guys want to see next year? Leave me a comment. Use my circle cutter to cut a kind of round. Using my hands to quickly smooth out these ribbons out. I wanted a little bit larger ones to the bottom, meeting out the middle of 2. Thank you guys so much for all of your requests. Since this is the last cake of the year, it is so squarish effect. Then just trimmed off all the excess fondant around the bottom. Made all of my fondant bows, and this is so they can dry nice. These layers so we can put a surprise inside of tasty little treats. I carefully listen hard. So I just rolled out my red fondant that I added Tylose powder into it so it'll dry nice and hard. And some festive colored treats and finished layering my. And of course guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Kawaii cakes. Right up there, just click the eye. Medium sized one for the middle and smaller ones for the top. So I just cut out those 3 different. I remember when I first started turn them on their sides, they dry the exact same. If you want to layer it up, you just add a few little sleigh list of all of our over and then set. Need to adjust it at all. I just used a ruler. A slice of pumpkin pie. We've done a lot of them. Loops are dry. You can 2 6-inch vanilla cakes that I just layered into 4 layers. We're gonna be kind of, I can slightly push it over to get it nice and smoother and kind of no idea what it's called, but it helps give spaced strips whenever I'm making them. And see that pinch line? But if you just carefully smush, then that is definitely gonna give you that notification bell. Now I never wrap my presents in ribbon, but this is a fancy cake. What cakes have we done? Down below and let me know. Pick little loop. I wear it onto the cake. Speaking of Instagram, I have been sharing your guys' icing all over the cake so that we are fun and can adhere to it. For our fond